Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. If anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some breaking news and some interim success in the case of Steamroller versus OTC Markets. So stay tuned for this tremendous news, and I'm also going to be sharing with you an exclusive 4K drone video authorized by Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, which is going to show you the first well at the Johnson project. So stay tuned for this exclusive video. So before we get started, we're going to have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline I shared here is with regard to inflation. So I'm sure you know by now there has been tremendous news. Inflation did come down to 3.2% in the US and below target. So the Dow Jones did jump exceptionally well, and we can say we can also see even today the S&P 500 is inching higher after more encouraging inflation data. So I think we saw complete green yesterday, but today I still think there is a significant majority of green, with stocks such as Apple, Tesla and Google still doing well, and hopefully this continues. So let's start by jumping straight into the breaking news. So what I posted just a few minutes ago was that the OTC markets have been ordered by the Honourable Judge Shahabuddin Ali to turn over the identities of the individuals or entities who submitted an application for MMTLP to be listed on the OTC. So this is huge. So in my opinion here, Mr. Ari Rubenstein and Canaccord Capital, I'd like to know what your plans are for the 14th of December, because time is ticking. And again, before we look at the details of this, special thanks to Junk Savvy also for sharing that. So let's have a look at the order here. We can see present was Judge Shahabuddin Ali, and this was in the Supreme Court of the State of New York, County of New York. We can see here the case is the Steamroller LLC versus OTC Markets Group. So again, for clarification, OTC Markets will not have any defense of immunity, absolute immunity, partial immunity. They will have zero immunity. So again, this is a good first sign. So this is dated November the 6th, 2023, but just made available right now. And the affirmation of Joseph R. Rose, Esquire, dated November the 6th, 2023. So it states here, let the respondents OTC Markets Incorporate or their attorneys show cause before the Honourable Judge of this court and in the, obviously, New York County Courthouse on the 14th of December. So that's the key date for the two alleged market makers at 9:30 a.m. in the foreseen of the day or as soon after. So we can see here a final part of it. I'm going to focus on section A here, compelling respondent to turn over the identities of the individuals and or entities who submitted an application for metamaterials Series A preferred dividend to be listed on the OTC market. So one of the reasons why this is crucial is because once those identities are listed and turned over, then that is comprehensive evidence, in my opinion, of fraud. So before we look at the exclusive 4K drone video, shout out here to Drew with regard to the Rosa case. So there has been, again, good news here. Rosa has filed her appeal, and the good news here, she is asserting and looking at circumstances that warrant a share count and release of a share count. She's also going after FINRA's immunity in a big way, because we do think, and I in my opinion, I believe the immunity that FINRA currently has is not in the public interest, and this has to change. So I'm sure there's some tremendous legal arguments there in Rosa's case, which we'll probably come back to later on. And the final shout out here is to Sensi. I think he's answering some interesting questions here in terms of MMAT and MMTLP. So what Sensi has stated is that metamaterials have not responded to his questions about the claims. So first claim, FINRA offered them their own version of the MMTLP corporate action, number one. Number two, why did MMAT or metamaterials vote to move forward with FINRA's proposal, which we know was not in the interest of shareholders. And number 3, why was it was written wording and nobody saw it? So nobody obviously identified it as a concern. So if George Palikaris can confirm, can we have then obviously we would have evidence here of significant FINRA violation. So George hasn't responded, but what John Berda has stated here is that there were 2 guys in the conversation other than the attorneys. So and both of them, he's saying, are no longer with the company, and he's talking about George and Ken Rice. So in his opinion, Ken Rice, he states here, could give a shit, but I think he means could not give a shit, so could be a typing error there. And he also states here George is just the opposite, but for clarity, George had our back and Ken did not, in my opinion. So it would be welcome if the company do respond to this. Let's now have a look at the exclusive 4K video that has been shared kindly by William Stewart. So this was his message that he shared with me, and he stated, in this drone video taken of the first well at the Johnson project within Next Bridge Hydrocarbons property, he has received permission from the Next Bridge management to release the video publicly. So that's what we'll be doing now. And in terms of everybody who was asking in terms of AST and William shares, confirmation and a reminder here that his 17.8 million shares owned by the Stewart family are now at AST, and they were not charged anything, and even their retirement shares were also moved. So let's proceed to have a look at this video, and I would also suggest that you watch it to the end, which I think is also quite interesting. And finally, if you'd like to get a copy of our daily stock alerts and also access to our weekly watch list, and also join us in the challenge, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.